Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Damian Andrews, and I am your play-by-play announcer here for tonight's MVWF main event called MAYHEM. Last week at the end of the broadcast, you may have noticed that I'd had myself something of a health issue. Well, I have a big announcement about that. At the end of my breaking down this card here tonight at MVWF Mayhem. Tonight, in our opening match, we will have the suddenly reversal of fortune for a guy just like local talent. Recently received his first victory in the MVWF, and he'll be facing the man who is the forever Phase 1 champion, and also the current MVWF World's Heavyweight Champion. Being thrown into the deep end of the pool has been kind of the way the booking has gone this year. And now, tonight, something will be done about it. And speaking of crazy booking and shit that makes no sense, Brandon Bones laying down the challenge to take on the former world's champion, Key-Man Ryan Crawford, and Enormous Genitals, Kevin Welch. Brandon Bones says he's gonna put a stake through the heart of the new generation, all by himself. And in a match that will no doubt have a lot of implications for the rankings of whoever is going to receive the first championship match at the next pay-per-view. AJ the Giant, recently having slain the dragon, finally getting his first victory over Brandon Bones, but still putting his career back together after his disappointing loss at Matchmania, will be facing the big upswinging Kid Christian, accompanied by his victorious stepfather, Paul Jobber, in his corner. Kid Christian looks to make that step up the ladder to get himself into the conversation about perhaps challenging for the MVWF Championship. And his biggest step, his biggest challenge so far will no doubt be the Giant. And in tonight's main event, in a Tournament of Death tag team match, the Knights, or the Kingdom of Nightmares, that's their fucking tag team name, goddammit. Adrian Knight and Mr. Nightmare have had a neck-and-neck rivalry, but still yet to get complete victory over the Jackson Boys, who last week pulled off the victory. This is a #1 contendership match with a chance for both teams to leapfrog over each other here in this position in a first-time tag team main event for either team. Of course, the week prior to that, the Knights, well, they found themselves in a particular situation with the 3 count coming down just as the time limit expired, still feeling like they have a chip on their shoulder and something to prove here, and the Jackson Boys looking to put this rival tag team away. And now, folks, I would like to make my announcement. I would like to tell you all that what happened last week was indeed not a health scare of any sort. No, in fact, what it was...
The QuickBooks Self-Employed app gives contractors and freelancers the power of an entire staff in a single app.
Yeah, fuck you.
Tap on automatic...
No, shut up. Goddamn YouTube. Damon Andrews has had enough of this. I would like to tell you all that I did not, in fact, have a health scare last week. In fact, I had myself something of what I would call an enlightenment. You see, folks, I was introduced to the Shadow King. The Shadow King. The Shadow King is coming to the MVWF. The Shadow King is coming to take over the MVWF. He will slaughter old school and new generation alike. And he will destroy the MVWF, standing at the top of the mountain to rule it all. All MVWF members are on notice. All of you will fall to the Shadow King, who is coming. He is coming. The Shadow King is coming. And now some appropriate visuals to go with the gothic music. Shadow King is coming. The Shadow King is coming. Shadow King is coming to the MVWF to destroy you all. MVWF Mayhem. And we are about to get started here now tonight. Local talent, of course, recently found himself in the win column. And Ryan Doyle recently won the MVWF Championship. Don't expect to hold it that long, pal. Because the Shadow King is coming, and winner takes all. And the Shadow King always wins. And there he is, folks, the MVWF champion. Front face lock on local talent. Shoves him down in a right hand. Oh, man, and the champion opening up with a flurry now. Oh, and a rake in the eye. Saves local talent, but swats away the flying forearm. Oh, the champion caught up in the ropes right there. Gave local talent a chance, but not much one. And a clothesline to the base of the neck. Of course, going to set up perhaps some sort of chokehold he'll use. Doyle employing so much more of his jiu-jitsu and MMA skills on the path to becoming MVWF champion yet again. And there it is, folks. The Hell's Gate. Local talent in trouble here with only a few minutes into the moment, and it's a tap-out victory. Didn't even break a sweat. The champion victorious here. Right there, you see the Hell's Gate gets it done. And local talent with no choice but to tap out. He barely even fired off a shot in this match.
Here is your winner, the Urban Gladiator.
Wait a minute, what's happening here? Yes, it's the plan coming to fruition. It's MC Honky Lips. He's taken by the Shadow King. And Doyle drops him on his head. Blocked the shot. And Ryan being attacked by his own brother. What is wrong with his face? What's wrong with his face is he's tapping out. What is Doyle doing? Shadow King is coming. Oh, kick to the head. And MC Honky Lips running away. And feeling proud about himself. The first shot has been fired. I told you all the Shadow King is coming. He's coming for you all. This upcoming match here, so much bad blood. Brandon Bones, I think he's kind of crazy. I have to admire his guts, but he's gonna go 1 against 2 in a handicapable match. And they do not even have to make tags, and they collide. Whoa, look at that move right there. Oh, and a swinging right hand by the former champion, who's going to take his frustrations out on Brandon Bones. And you know Kevin Welch, who was fired last year by Brandon Bones. Oh, look at this. And of course, Bones, thematically, finds himself in the same situation a few weeks back in that cage match where Rock Holly left him high and dry. And Crawford just pounding on the knees of Brandon Bones. Crawford, of course, has been looking for that elusive submission on Brandon Bones, which he has not been able to get in their entire series of matches. Shadow King is coming. I hear a bunch of fans out there chanting for NXT. Oh, crossface by Crawford, torturing the lower neck of Brandon Bones, and then pushes his face into the mat. But Kevin Welch gets a high knee and a clothesline, and of course, when it's 2-on-1, the numbers game always comes out on top. Two, and Bones kicks out at 2. Kevin Welch gets in a neck breaker and an elbow smash. And now he's going for a cross arm breaker. Crawford still can't get the tap out, and Bones gets free. Oh, and an errant elbow shot takes down both his partner and Brandon Bones. And now Kevin Welch wants the pin, and he only gets a 1 count. Belly-to-belly suplex puts the MVWF owner down. And Kevin Welch wants to torture Bones. The Shadow King is coming. And a chin lock, driving the knee into the small of the back of Brandon Bones. And he is being overwhelmed. And now, wow, the first time this season we've seen Crawford go for his ankle lock. And there it is, center of the ring. Can he make Brandon Bones tap? He's been so desperate to make him tap, he's been unable to in his entire career. Bones center of the ring, and I think Crawford may have let him go. Nice little run around by the referee, and it's over. Wow, they're getting it done here tonight. Bones look tough throughout most. Look at that move right there. Kevin Welch throwing caution to the wind. Whatever it takes to put them down. Bones kicked out here as well. But the ankle lock apparently was enough to put them down, and they finally got their coordination together. Welch got the pin. Let's take another look at it from a different angle. Bones, just, you can't make him tap. There was a famous match back in the day where Rock Holly had Brandon Bones in the figure 4 leg lock for over an hour, and he refused to tap out.
Here are your
in the
winners,
new generation.
G-Man Ryan Crawford, Big Ham Kevin
Laying in
Welch,
some revenge
and
on
the
Brandon
new
Bones for making them face each other in the Ultimate Sacrifice tournament. And it looks like the new generation looking strong on the same page here. Shadow King is coming. AJ the Giant, of course, defeating Brandon Bones for the first time last week at the Punishment pay-per-view. Kid Christian finally put away his long-standing rivalry now with Ron Awesome, winning essentially a best-of-5. And I have to say, a huge upset in the process. Every single victory that Kid Christian pulls out, he pulls out of his ass with tremendous performances. But can he climb the mountain of the MVWF? AJ the Giant. Kick to the midsection. Kid Christian gonna try and start off strong. Oh, and just takes him down. Using his body like a battering ram. Needs to stay focused. Jawbreaker. Right to the top, not a clothesline. Kid Christian's showing some power here. But into the corner. And the Giant showing him some power. See how he laced his leg through the inside of Kid Christian right here. And look at this, another perhaps chance at a quick victory, but no, 1 count only. Oh, and a flying body slam from way up high. Oh, and a kick to the head. AJ keeping it simple but effective. Uppercut barely reaches. And the Giant says that barely even hurt. Half crab, doesn't even bother with it when he's in the corner like that. And a bit of a Steiner recliner. We've seen a little bit of this out of the Giant recently, as he looks like he's just tearing at the face of Kid Christian. And AJ throwing his weight around, as you might expect. And look at this, got him by the goozle. No, Kid Christian may have just saved the match right there. Oh, and a big paw. Bro, man, nice exchange there, back and forth. But AJ once again using his power, cornering the much smaller opponent. What has he got in store? He's got him up at the top rope here. The Giant, perhaps a superplex. Oh, man. Not sure who'd get the worst of that. Going for the cover. One count only. Tremendous resilience by Kid Christian. And he gets tossed over the top rope. Of course, this match, not a #1 contendership match, but I will tell you this. A nice drop kick. I mean, either of these guys win this match, I mean, and they will find themselves in the conversation as Kid Christian trying to use those kicks. Forearm shot in the corner. Perhaps Kid Christian finally striking hard in a way that actually affects the Giant. And face first to the turnbuckle. Right hand blocked. Turned around and just stomped in the corner. You've got to admire that the Giant has been much more cerebral, accentuating his positives and hiding his negatives. But there's no way to hide the negative of when he drops the bottom out. Jawbreaker, though. Kid Christian hanging tough. Oh, look at this. Pump handle bomb on the Giant. Goes for the cover. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. And the Giant just got this left shoulder up. Kid Christian looking to make this competitive. And look at him. He's telling, he goes, I am a contender. Keep the Giant down. Oh, maybe take away some of his power. He damages an arm, and the Giant sent him to the corner. Now, paying him back with a hard stomp. What's he going to do here? Oh, running knee in the corner, and the Giant's in big trouble. Kid Christian may have turned this around. 1 an upset. 2. And again, the shoulder just comes up in time. And Kid Christian perhaps maybe looking for that moonsault. Yes, turning around. Oh, he got the knees up. He must have seen the Ron Awesome match. Oh, flying cross chop Starman style. Kid Christian, where's he going? He's going for it again. The moonsault. Yet again, no. Elbow drop. Keeping it much more safe, but AJ held onto his hand, did not allow him to go for the pin right there. Oh, and he missed in the corner. The Giant desperate to get out of this onslaught of offense. And he tells him to bring it. Drives him face first to the knee. And a boot to the head. Spin kick. Kid Christian's on fire. And the Giant's in big, big trouble. What an underdog story this could be if Kid Christian could pull off yet another upset. Trying to set him up. Oh, he's going to try and take a shortcut. 1 count only, and the Giant took him too long to set that up. Oh, powered into the corner. Watching the Giant strategy fall apart here, but what's he got in store? Oh, here it is. Boom! The semi-truck plows him over. We'll call it the polar vortex. Come on, referee. 1, 2, 3, and it's over. And the Giant flipping the switch on this one. Kid Christian came so close. Perhaps switching the tutelage to Paul Jobber. Certainly had Kid Christian prepared. He was stronger. He took more punishment. And AJ the Giant came so close. Look at this. Boom! Man, I thought he was in so much trouble right there. But AJ, to his credit, pulled it together. Hit him with the polar vortex at the end. But I think the thing that might have saved the match earlier was the moonsault. Kid Christian, of course, went for the cheap victory here. Went for the shortcut, and I think Karma might have bit him in the ass.
Here is your winner, AJ the Giant.
What is going on here? It's Whiteside! Whiteside's out there attacking the Giant, and here comes Paul Jobber. Oh! Oh, and a clothesline by Paul Jobber. The Giant's in big trouble while Kid Christian's doing tumbles. Boom! And the Giant now being essentially triple teamed. Perhaps the MVWF champion sending his henchman Whiteside out to send a message to the Giant. Oh, boom! Oh, man, and Whiteside came down on AJ's head. The Giant being attacked, but he's fighting back. And Whiteside overpowers him. Of course, he's been through a pretty rough and tumble 8-minute match, and now the Giant's busted open. And Whiteside sticking into the Giant's face. Tonight, our main event is the third match in a series between these two tag teams here. There was a bit of a rivalry that kind of emerged, bubbled up over the surface at the end of last year between Kyle Empire and Adrian Knight. But Adrian Knight now has spilled over into the tag team division. With something of a, well, it was a 1-2-1 record thus far. The Jackson boys, 1-1 now here in this season of the MVWF, and they're going to look to put the Kingdom of Nightmares away. And it's a tornado match. No tags. We're going to see what these two teams are made of here in a chance to main event on the MVWF live broadcast, Mayhem. Oh man, some brawling going on here. Mr. Nightmare trying to rearrange the face paint of Kyle Empire. And these fans chanting NXT. Apparently the fans want to see an MVWF versus NXT event. We can make that happen. Oh, and a clothesline over the top rope. And the Destroyer, Nick Jackson, takes over on Adrian Knight. Chaining together his moves. No countouts. Sorry, we borrowed tonight's ring from SCW. What I'm assuming is another online league. Local promoters and all. Weapons are allowed in this match. It's Kyle Empire messing with the rookie, Mr. Nightmare. And the Jackson boys laid him in with the Jacksonians. The big double squash off the top rope. which led them to victory. And a lot of it due to the tough love between Kyle Empire and his tag team brother, the Destroyer, Nick Jackson. Oh, and a flapjack, as now Kyle Empire finds himself alone in the ring with the Nightmares. Here comes the Destroyer, and whoa, he's a little short on that right hand, and Mr. Nightmare not even paying attention. Oh no, and this is, we saw this before. Nick Jackson likes to suplex people from the top rope to the floor. Oh, and a kicks from Kyle Empire. And Adrian Knight now coming out after Nick Jackson. And this crowd is on fire for tonight's main event. Oh, stiff shot, but he eats it. Just keeps standing there staring at him. The Jackson boys perhaps with an opportunity, but here comes Mr. Nightmare to cut off Kyle Empire. Instead, over the shoulder, neck breaker. Clothesline. And an elbow shot by Kyle Empire. But a reversal into the corner. Whoop, slips through the ropes. High kick, staggers him back. But Adrian Knight taking on two and one at once, just like Bones did earlier. Oh man, and the Death Valley driver. Mr. Nightmare needs to get in there. 1, 2, and Adrian Knight kicks out. Kyle Empire thought it was over. The Nightmares look like they're falling behind here. Oh, and a big Camelot kick. Oh, but he caught him upside down. Styles Clash. Fall of an Empire, 1 count only. Neck breaker. Stuns Kyle Empire, and it's down to the Destroyer and Mr. Nightmare. Look at this series of moves. Into the Fujiwara armbar. And he got him. Adrian Knight got the 3 count. Well, they threw everything they had at each other. And it looks like the Kingdom of Nightmares has leapfrogged right over the Jackson boys. They got themselves a championship title match with the seemingly unbeatable Rock and Roll Express. Look at that. Great counter there by Kyle Empire. The fall of an Empire didn't get it done. The Fujiwara armbar countered right there, and then look at this. Nick Jackson caught in the corner right there, and the 3 count.
Knight and Mr. Nightmare, the Knights of the Round Table.
Well, they've struggled. Now they are 2-1-1. The Kingdom of Nightmares are now the #1 contenders for the Tag Team Championship. But not that it matters, because what's really going to happen is that the Shadow King is going to come to the MVWF and take the fuck over. New generation, you're done. Old generation, you're gonna die soon anyway. That's right, folks. Damian Andrews gives himself over, mind, body, and soul to the Shadow King. The Shadow King is coming. Shadow King is coming.